Well, it's mayhem here. That's because we've got Movie People now, an exclusive premiere for the long-awaited film. 3 days to go. It's set to take place in Durban tonight. The movie will open on the 25th. That's Friday. It's Payday. Written and directed by Bianca Isaacs. The film stars Leander Reddy, one of my favorites, Lilette Dubey, Jailoshni Naidu, Kajal Bhagwandeen, Rahul Brijnath, and Jonathan Boynton Lee and Zakia Patel. Well, the plot centers around four siblings who gather after their father's funeral. Now, together, this crazy family needs to survive each other for 3 days under one roof before they spread their father's ashes and part ways again. Well, we're joined this morning by Bianca and Leander to talk about the movie experience. Lovely ladies, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah. So,
I know we've been very badly behaved, but we promise we'll be professional.
We understand movie people, and you know, you like the spotlight. We'll give you the spotlight. We'll give you that. So let's chat about this movie. Bianca, this is a movie you wrote it? Did you write it? Okay. Is it an Indian family?
It is an Indian family.
So I can imagine the mayhem, and we can imagine the rivalry.
Although you'd hardly say when you watch the film that they're not your typical Indian family.
Yeah, they're not your typical Indian family. Okay, so quick idea of what's it about? What happens here?
So basically, the tagline is "No family is perfect." So. You know that. You have a family, I'm sure you know it.
Yes, yes.
So these siblings gather. They haven't seen each other in a while. They're forced to come home when their dad dies, and they have to survive each other for 3 days before they spread his ashes and leave. And in that period, it's about them. And no one really cares about the fact that their dad has passed away. Okay. Everybody wants what they want, except for the character that Leander plays, Janet, who is trying to keep it all together until the 3 days are over, and so everybody can leave and they can get back to their own lives. And so it's really about putting your family together in a pressure cooker and seeing what happens. And it explodes like all family explodes.
Well, I know she's a very funny lady. I was just telling her how my husband and my kids are obsessed with some of her work, and they quote, quote verbatim from some of her skits. So you're mixing tragedy with comedy.
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
And my character doesn't really lend itself to the comedy in the film. I'm more like the straight character who has to keep everyone together and, you know, keep this all going and make sure that the family funeral is attended and due respects are given. And like Bianca said, it happens over a concentrated period of time and in a concentrated environment. So all these weird, crazy, mad personalities stuck together in this place over 3 days, and everything goes
Now I have
awry.
to ask you, will all of us identify with some of, like each, there will be that person,
I think every
that's
single
that
one.
person in the family,
every single
that's that auntie so-and-so.
Character is identifiable.
You're definitely going to say, oh, my brother's just like that.
So you draw, I mean, have you both, and have you both taken from your personal family experiences? I don't want to get you in trouble, but have you taken from, like, you know, how you deal with the stuff?
Now you're asking us our families right here.
Why we're here, we're here.
Yeah, I think, you know, there are so many elements in the film that are recognizable, even if it's a multitude of elements that are spread throughout the characters. You'll see something that you can relate to in your own family, your own experiences. We all have those siblings that, you know, we get frustrated with, and we want to shake them and get them out of this delusion that they're in. And that's simply the case in this film as well. And I mean, you spoke about the comedy and the tragedy, and that's what's so beautiful about this film, is that it balances it out so lovely that you get these intense, poignant moments, and you find yourself emotional watching it, and then the next thing you're laughing, you know, hysterically at some of the antics of the characters. Because you know that person. And it rings, you know, quite true with the things that you see. But it's also a lovely mix, and it's diverse personalities. And that's what's so nice about this, is that each character has their own unique traits, and it's what happens when it comes together and there are clashes and conflicts that, you know, all the drama comes out of it.
And I'd like to know, Bianca, I mean, from you, and we said Indian family, but like you said, this will appeal to people on every level, wherever you come from, whoever you are. And the popularity of I'm going to say Indian-themed, because, you know, that's where we see, like, for example, the Kandasamis, Broken Promises. What's been the appeal outside of the Indian community? How successful, and you can both comment on that, how successful have we been with, you know, everyone else in the country? With 3 days ago,
or films in general?
Well, these types of movies, and then in general.
I think For me, I think the Indian community is very strong in terms of supporting content. But what I like about 3 Days to Go is that it transcends it, you know. There's nothing about it that says that's... There'll be one or two moments that says that's typically Indian, but everything else appeals to the broader audience. I mean, you know, it even transcends South Africa globally. And for someone like Lilette Dubie to read the script and go, oh yeah, I totally identify with this, and I think it will resonate with the families across the globe. So I think the audience is growing to understand that, and also growing to know that we don't have to have a slapstick in your face comedy.
And that accent.
Yeah.
That accent.
And it's one of the, I mean, when Leander and I originally spoke and I said, so, hey, I've got this movie, can I continue writing with you in mind? And she was like, cool. The one thing we set out to do was to play away from the stereotyping of Indian characters, and obviously the ones that are stereotyped are taken to the max, so that you understand that is.
Oh, while we're there, we might as well. You might as well milk it. We might as well. Okay, and I mean, Leander, for you, this movie experience.
I think, like Bianca says, it's got universal appeal, so it can happen anywhere, in any family, with any group across the world. But what's also nice is that Indians get to see themselves represented on screen. I think that's important for a community. Representation matters, and to be able to see their lives, or you know, some elements of their culture on a big screen is a big thing.
And to go, I'm not the only one.
Yes.
There are others out there. Okay.
And we did a screen test with different races, and it was so nice to see other people going, oh no, I can identify with that. My sister's going through this. And then that was actually quite nice to know that family transcends race and gender and nationality.
There are others. Okay, well, wonderful. I can't wait to see this one. Well, it's about 3 days to go to 3 days to go. What are we, Wednesday?
Yeah, we're 2 days. We're on 2 days.
2 days to go to 3 days to go. It happens on Friday, and that's Bianca Isaacs and one of the leads, Leander Reddy, joining us. We don't want to give away too much, but thank you for your time, and can't wait to see this one.
Thank you for having us.